Hello, my name is Ben Sayer. In this video I'm going to show you how to manage historical events, those events that show up in timelines within Family Tree Maker 2011. This is a new feature allowing you to edit and delete and add your own. So up here on the menu bar, on the Edit menu, if you click that, at the very bottom you have the option to manage historical events. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. That brings up this dialog that lists all of the events that are currently loaded there. This is the default set that came with Family Tree Maker 2011. I've not added nor edited any of these, nor deleted. I noticed when I was working on my great-grandmother's record that although she was alive during the 1918 flu pandemic, it wasn't listed. I thought that was odd, being a worldwide event. And so I checked here, and sure enough, I did not find an entry for that flu pandemic. So let's start by adding one. Right down here in the bottom left corner of the dialog box, there's a button that reads New. I'll click on that, and that brings up this Add Edit Historical Event dialog box. Now I've already prepared the text for this. I can just cut and paste from a WordPad document that I've got. So let me switch over to that, and I've got my title laid out here. I'll copy that, switch back over, and paste it in here. Now rather than copy and pasting the date, I'm going to type it in. Now this will take the formats that we're accustomed to. So this one is a peculiar date format since it's a range, so it's between March 1918 and June 1920, if I remember correctly. And the place where it occurred was world. Now this place field uses the place database that you've got within Family Tree Maker, so you can select places that you have in there. But it also does not check dates. This is for display only within the historical events, so entering a place like world will work. And then over here under category, I'm going to click that little down triangle, and down at the bottom is world history. That's where this one fits. Now obviously there are a number of other choices here that one could make depending on what part of the world this event occurred. So I selected world history. And then down here in the description, we're going to want to paste in some text describing the 1918 flu pandemic. And that's where I do want to copy from my document. So I'm going to grab this description text and copy that. And I'll switch back over here to Family Tree Maker, and I'll paste it in here. There we go. When I press OK here, it will add it to the list of historical events. These are sorted alphabetically, so it appears here in the top because it starts with a number. So 1918 flu pandemic, it's world history category, happened between these dates and this place in the world. Now that that's added, while we're still in this box, I want to show you the edit and delete capability. So say there's one of these in here that you want to change the description or any one of the other fields, but most likely the description. Just select it in here by clicking on it, and then click the edit button. That'll bring up that same dialog that we had before, so you can make changes, and then press OK or cancel if you don't want to save the changes that you've made. You can also delete the ones that you've added by clicking on them to select them and choosing the delete button. I'm not going to delete this because I want to keep it. So now that that one's added, I want to press close, and let me show you where this appears. So I could publish a timeline report, or you can also see it on the Person tab. So I'm going to go up here on the Person tab and click that. And then up here on this little mini taskbar, there's this choice for timeline. I'm going to select that. Now this shows all the events in her life, but right now the world history events are not included. So right next to the timeline button, there's a little triangle for a drop down. If you click on that, you'll see that you can check this little area for showing historical events, and also one for showing family events. You can turn both of those on. And once you do that, this thing will churn for a moment. You'll see that it adds all of the world history events that were during this person's lifetime. And if we scroll down here to the right date range, we will see right here, world history, 1918 flu pandemic, between those dates and the places of the world. And if we click that, then we can see the description that goes along with that. And that's what would show up in a timeline report. Now, I also want to point out one other thing in here, that there's another way to get into the add, edit, delete, what they call the managing of the timeline entries. I don't know if you saw it when I clicked this drop down before, but right here at the end there's a selection for manage historical events. So if you click on that, you get back to that listing of all the historical events.